Technically, like 8 years. We're a really hard-working band. We're probably one of the hardest working bands out there, at least, you know, younger bands. And we got in a van in like the fall of 2001, and we didn't stop. We toured the first record for about a year and a half. Then as soon as we got off the road, we wrote Move Along. That took us about a year. And you know, doing that, you spend some time at home, but you're not comfortable. You know, you're still working and creating, and it's we haven't really stopped. Did that for a year, toured Move Along for 2 years, wrote When the World Comes Down. That was about 2 years. Then we've been touring this record for almost a year, so a taste of home is always nice. We always told the man over there that we wanted him to keep us out. At the time, we were living in like a one-bedroom apartment and sleeping in bunk beds, so we didn't want to be home. We told him to keep us out on the road, and that's kind of been the way it's been for 8 years. But we all kind of have our routines and what we do. Most of us wake up for sound check around 2 p.m. And you know, really, all I ask for is some decent coffee. You know, a clean place to go to the bathroom, and a nice shower after the show. That's really all I need.
You know, but in the studio we're working more than we are on tour. I mean, we're putting in 10, 12-hour days, so we're not really staying comfortable.
Well, when we made When the World Comes Down, we spent about 6 months in the studio. And we worked with Eric Valentine. He was the producer. And he really helped us kind of keep it together. You know, he's probably the first producer, you know, we've really worked with. It's, you know, helped us visualize and complete our thought. And I think there were a few times where we were wondering, you know, all right, we have this song, take Mona Lisa for example. Mona Lisa is, we say it's the backbone of the record. It's where the title came from, When the World Comes Down. That was a song that Tyson and I wrote up in Georgia, in the mountains, like in a cabin, like in the middle of nowhere. And it was just an acoustic guitar and a vocal. We had no idea what to do with it. The four of us tried jamming, we tried making it a rock song, didn't really work. In the end of the day, Eric was like, you know, we should just keep this acoustic. Let's everybody get in the live room, let's do it live, you know. And we recorded the whole record to tape. He was the real deal, so he definitely, I don't know if you'd say he was in charge, but he definitely helped us keep our shit together. and kind of, you know, when we couldn't decide what to do, he definitely helped. I think our music's developed and, you know, it's become our own, you know. I think I was definitely listening to a lot more music when we started the band, you know, but gradually, as we go, I listen to less and less music. I guess confidence, you know. We're definitely a lot more confident in what we do. Maybe not while we're doing it. We kind of freaked out and lost perspective while we were recording, but Gives You Hell afforded us, well, it was a #1 song in the States for like 6 weeks, so if we get to see that, we have a #1 song.
Oh yeah, I don't care, because I actually prefer it, because when we go to the mall and those guys get mobbed, I can continue with my day with no emphasis. I didn't start doing this so people would look at me and know my name.
I will say
I play drums for myself.
It took 45 minutes for us to get Wendy's just now.
I would have gotten it in 5.
Yeah.
That might be the stupidest, like, the dumbest classification I've ever heard of for music in my entire life.
It's like grunge. It became more of a style and a way of life, I think, than defining music. I think, you know, we grew up listening to rock bands, and I mean, what we do is definitely on the catchy pop side of rock, but I mean, we're just 4, you know, down and dirty Oklahoma dudes playing rock music, and I think if you've got dudes up on stage playing drums and guitars, you know, who have written their own songs and are actually playing and not miming to a track, you know, I think that's what counts. The songs start with usually a spark from Tyson, whether it's a lyric or a melody, and then kind of comes over to me, and we toss it back and forth, and sometimes it takes the 4 of us getting in a room and jamming out the song and figuring it out. Sometimes it takes a producer saying, you should just do this. I think that's the move, you know. So I think every song's different. Every song definitely had a life making this record. You know, they were all born in separate times and separate places, and then they came together. It was like it was an 11-headed baby. No, excuse me.
Tiamat.
It's like a lady that had. Actually, if you count the middle track, it's 12. If a lady had 12 babies and then adopted them all out separately, and then one day they met.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, each song had its own life, had its own vibe, and we didn't know if they would all work together. You know, there was definitely different moods and vibes going on in each of these songs. And in the end of the day, I think it's a really eclectic, yet there's a common thread throughout that makes it a really cool listen. So you should check out more than just one song. You know, we're a band that is honest, you know, about who we are and what we know. And we wrote the first record when we were 17. I was 19 at the time. You write about what you know, and that's what we did. We're not, you know, we're not trying to make up stories or, you know, be something we're not. And we've seen a lot, and we've grown a lot more in the last 8 years than I think a lot of people can in 8 years. But this album, if you listen to songs like Mona Lisa or like Real World, it's the record where we became aware, you know. We're not so, I guess, you know, it's not so much about our lives and, you know, who cares about us? We do the same damn thing every day. You know what I mean? It's about, you know, becoming aware of what's around us and, you know, just, I don't know, trying to make a difference with music, you know. So, some of the greatest songs ever written were love songs. You know, you can't get away from that. That evokes a lot of emotion and a lot of experiences, and sometimes you got to get it off your chest, whether it's with lyrics or a guitar solo.
Hey, I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
And we're in a band called the All American Rejects.
And you're watching thestaronline.tv.